What's going on, peeps? Mastermind here. So apparently Microsoft wants to play nice with Sony. Before I get into that conversation, the gameplay you're looking at right now is, of course, Pac-Man Championship Edition DX. The reason why I'm showing it to you because it's been a few years since I've played it, but my score is still one of the top scores in the world. So specifically, Microsoft said today that they would like to allow developers to enable Xbox One players to be able to play against gamers or with gamers on other networks, including PSN. Now, I know some people think this is probably not going to happen, but I don't know. Let's kind of think about it for a moment. What would be the reasons why it wouldn't happen? You think Sony would probably object to it? I mean, that is a possibility because they are leading, but at the end of the day, there are plenty of people who have Xbox Ones out there and don't intend to get a PS4. Obviously, there are PS4 owners that will never get an Xbox One. But if you have family, if you have friends who have a console that you don't have, it would be nice to be able to link up and play Call of Duty or Division or Destiny or any of those games with your friends and family who have the game on different consoles. In fact, I think developers would probably want this because I'm sure that they're not really into this whole console warfare type of thing. They don't really care which system their game sells most on, whether it's on Sony or whether it's on Microsoft. I just think the more people that they have playing their games, the better off they're going to be and the more money they're going to make. So I think at the end of the day, if this is about money and if this is about growing your audience, and I think most third-party developers are going to really jump behind this and support it. Now, Microsoft, it's obvious that they kind of are hinting at it and they seem to want to do this. It doesn't necessarily mean that they really want this to happen. I mean, there's a lot of politics, a lot of marketing, a lot of different things that go behind this sort of thing when companies make statements like this. But if it's something that they really want to do, you got to kind of take a look at Sony's point of view. Is this something that Sony feels would benefit them? Sony is leading as far as the console war is concerned, and the last thing they probably would want to do is make it easier for people to want to buy Xbox Ones. But really and truly, at the end of the day, I really don't think that matters. I think the most important thing is that it is being discussed, and it is a possibility. And it would be great if you can go ahead and you're playing a game and you're competing against people on Xbox, you're competing against people on PlayStation Network, you're competing against people on the PC. And really the competition I think would be great. If you really want to have a fanboy war, you could imagine the top of the leaderboards who's competing, the PlayStation guys or the Xbox guys. I just don't know if the companies really want to do that. I'm sure as far as the fanboy wars are concerned, they're going to want their bragging rights. Oh, look at the top 10 people on the leaderboards or whatever come from PSN or they come from Xbox Live or whatever that is. I think that's actually great for competition. I think Sony and Microsoft at this point now, they have carved out enough of the market to where they really shouldn't have to compete as enemies. It's just two different platforms that you can play pretty much most of the same games on. I think the competition really should just be about exclusives. It should never be about which console has the DLC first or which console has a timed exclusive on their game first. It should never be about that. It should really be about, okay, you can get the same games on Xbox that you do on PlayStation 4 for the exception of The Last of Us, or Microsoft has Halo or Gears of War or Street Fighter 5 on Sony. Obviously, they're going to have their exclusives, but everything else I think should be fair game, and I think that cross-platforming online, especially for competitive and cooperative multiplayer games, I think is a big deal, and I think we should start seeing that. I think it's actually long overdue. The technology is here. They're able to do it. And of course, there should always be an option where if you don't want to play anybody on PSN, if you're on Xbox, you should be able to turn that option off. Same thing if you were playing on PSN and you don't want to play anybody on Xbox Live. That should be something you should be able to turn off. I know when I play Street Fighter 5, it gives me the option to filter out anybody who might be playing on PC. So if I just want to play people in the PSN network, I'm able to do that. I think options are very important in video gaming, and the more options we have, the better it is for the consumer. Is it better for the companies? In this situation, I think it is. Anyway, that is going to be it for this video. If you have something to say about it, leave a comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you once again for watching. Mastermind out.
till that time. Raw rhymes undercover, underground. Danny Glover undiscovered in my town, but they all
blasting y'all, overcasting y'all. Cloudy days making waves, mastermind be crashing y'all. Been a minute, but now I'm just fucking it up. Romantic